This is Gary. Gary has worked hard all week. He has answered 500 emails. He has kept the tiny humans alive. He has paid the bills. Now, it is Sunday afternoon. Gary decides to sit down for 5 minutes and do absolutely nothing. But wait. The moment Gary's butt hits the sofa, a siren goes off in his head. Meet the productivity police. The police screams, "Gary, what are you doing? You can't sit. The laundry isn't folded. You haven't learned Spanish yet. You haven't optimized your investment portfolio." Gary panics. He feels a sudden, sharp pain in his chest. It's called rest guilt. The feeling that if you aren't producing value every single second, you're wasting your life. We have convinced ourselves that we are machines. Input goes in coffee. Output comes out work. If the output stops, we think the machine is broken. Think about your phone. When it hits 10% battery, you panic. You rush to find a charger. You treat it gently. But when your battery hits 10%, you don't plug yourself in. You chug another espresso and yell, "Work harder, you piece of junk." We are obsessed with optimization. Gary doesn't just go for a walk. He listens to a podcast at 2x speed while walking, so he can learn while he moves. He doesn't just shower. He brainstorms business ideas in the shower. He has turned every moment of his life into a project. But Gary forgets one thing. Machines have spare parts. Humans don't. Let's talk about neuroscience for a second. Imagine your brain is a glass of muddy water. When you are busy, stressed, and scrolling through TikTok, you are constantly stirring the spoon. The water is chaos. You can't see anything. But what happens when you stop stirring? What happens when you sit still and do nothing? The mud settles. The water becomes clear. Scientists found something amazing. When you zone out, your brain doesn't turn off. It switches to the default mode network. This is where the magic happens. This is where your brain connects dots. This is where creativity lives. Isaac Newton wasn't checking his email when he discovered gravity. He was sitting under a tree, doing nothing. Archimedes was taking a bath. Your best ideas don't come when you are grinding. They come when you are idling. So, Gary decides to relax. But because he is addicted to busyness, he turns relaxing into another task. He tries to meditate harder. He gets angry at himself for having thoughts. He fails at relaxing because he is trying to win at relaxing. Gary needs a teacher. Look at the cat. The cat doesn't feel guilty for sleeping 16 hours a day. The cat doesn't have a 5-year career plan. The cat just. Does the Dutch have a word for this? Niksen. It means the art of doing nothing. Not meditating. Not reading. Not watching Netflix. Just looking out the window. Letting the engine idle. The to-do list will never end. Gary, if you wait until you are finished to rest, you will never rest. Because there is always more laundry. There is always more email. You don't rest because you earned it. You rest because you are a living thing. You don't put gas in the car as a reward for driving 500 miles. You put gas in the car so it doesn't die on the highway. So today, give yourself permission. Sit down. Look at the wall. Let the mud settle. The world will not fall apart if you pause for 10 minutes. Doing nothing is actually doing the most important thing of all. You are repairing the machine. Unplug to recharge. Thanks for watching.